Okay, so yesterday we got our collision detection for our egg working. So now we're gonna now try to implement some of this logic. So if the egg detects a bottom collision, we need to make it bounce, right? We need to make it bounce, keep its dx. If it comes in at the side here, has a left collision, we need to swap its dx. Here's the scenario I was talking about, where imagine an egg falling like this, coming at an angle like this. It hits, see how it hits a left collide, but not a bottom collide? Well, actually, shoot, it's hard to say if that would be possible. I say this because if an egg's falling like this and a left collision is detected like this, we don't want to swap its dx because that would move it this way, which would swap its dx again and swap its dx again. It'd just be a weird thing there. But it looks like we can't trigger. Oh, we can. See, right here we're triggering a left and not a right. You know, this is so minuscule. I don't know. Because we need it to trigger. We would need to trigger a bottom collision if that's the case, but it seems like only 1 pixel of difference is the difference for that. So I guess if we do swap the dx on a left collision and it's in that pixel perfect crapshoot in between, it would swap its dx, and then it would detect another collision, would it not? It's hard to say. Fuck. I think the secret is we definitely need to move our egg's x position upon a left collision. That way, it would swap its dx in that 1 pixel area. It would swap its dx, detect a collision again, and swap its dx again, and reset its position. So I don't know, that I don't like that could be possible. So maybe that means we give it a little less leeway, a little less buffer on our ground collides. I guess we'll keep that in mind if we run into a problem. We'll just decide to make our ground collide on our egg function a little less buffer, a little less lenient, right? So what do we do here? We can stop moving, we can stop rendering our egg test. We can stop rendering our egg collide debug info, and then we need to check when we're cycling through our egg. Excuse me, we need to, here. For every platform in collidable platforms, we're checking egg ground collision first. And if so, we reset its Y, give it a bounce. And then what is going on here? If egg goes by with the ground platform. Okay, that's just the ground platform. So we need to do this same if statement. So now, do we check ground collide first or side collide first? What do we do? Let's go with ground first, because of that weird instance. We would want to prioritize bouncing it instead of swapping its dx because our swapping its dx is more likely to give a bug. So we'll say if it's ground platform, if it's so this is kind of interesting because we're cycling through all the platforms in the collidable platforms, but we're also cycling through every vulture, because if you look up here, going through every vulture. So for every single vulture, we're checking its egg. If its vulture's egg collides with any of the platforms, reset its Y, give it a bounce, and then we could say if our vulture dot egg, oops, left collides. Is it just collide? What is it? Left collide, ground collide, left collide with any given platform, then we need to move our vulture's egg instantiations x to be equal to the said platform's x plus its width. Yeah, we're moving its, so yeah, the egg collides with the platform, we're moving it so it's not colliding with the platform, then we're swapping its dx, and instead of swapping its dx, we should actually just say, you know what, and this fixes our problem we were talking about. We just give our dx to be positive, whatever its dx just was. So we take the vulture's egg dot dx, which is xward velocity. We get the absolute value of that and we assign it into its dx. So that way, even if the egg was coming this way, detects a left collision, the left collision is detected, so it's gonna move it to the right side of the platform and keep its dx positive, which is to the right. Okay. Then we need to check if our vulture dot egg dot or colon right collide with every given platform. And every platform there is every platform object in our collidable platforms table, which is right here. So we're saying if we're right collide, then we need to give our vulture egg instantiation, we need to give its x to be equal to the left side of the platform shifted by the width of our vulture's egg, vulture dot egg dot width. So the right, it'll be, yeah, the left side. The right collides, we're resetting its x to be the left side of the platform, not colliding. And then we're actually going to take its dx, and it's like we need to multiply, we need to make sure it's negative. So we're gonna say -1 times that math.abs. And it seems, I guess we don't need the absolute value, because if it's a right collide, we can assume our dx is going to be positive. So we're just multiplying our positive dx by a negative dx instead. But if there's an issue, yeah, maybe, I guess we should not worry about that. So just, we're going to multiply, we're going to take our vulture's eggs current dx, multiply it by -1, assign that to our dx. And then since we're moving our x to be non-colliding, anymore, and we're giving it a leftward dx, we should not collide, oopsie, on the next frame. So that might be all we need to implement our code. All of our functions we wrote yesterday. So the tricky thing is here is trying to... Yes! Did you see it bounce? It bounced off that platform. Hell yeah. That was what I wanted. I knew it was going to be hard to test. So look, still ground collides, right? I'm going to try to kill this guy right where he would... Yes! You see that bounce? That was perfect. Fuck yeah. I'm super happy with that. We still need the multiple scores, because right now if I get 2 eggs, it overwrites the last score. We want it to just overwrite. Then we need the correct score depending on how many egg was already captured, and then we need to worry about hatching the eggs, upgrading the tiers system, and then drawing new vultures with different sprites and different AI. Shit, man, that's a lot of work. But how smooth was that? That's got to be the smoothest implementation we've ever done. We had no freaking bugs. I talked through everything right off the bat. I mean, you know, I'm just assuming there's no bugs. We confirmed a left collision and a right collision, that it was bouncing right, and we saw that the ground collision was working right. So that's a big success. I had to work late tonight, and I've got to be at UNM early in the morning for a VO2 max test for a breathing study I'm doing. So I want to call today a day. You know, I just need to get a decent night's sleep, and I just got started so late. I'm going to get out everything to the staging area with a commit message saying we implemented side egg collision functionality for platforms. That's awesome. That couldn't have gone smoother. Yet push it to our origin main repository and call it a day. I want to program more. I was basically gonna not program today because I just was gonna go to sleep. Try to get some good night's sleep for that thing early tomorrow, but I said to myself, you know, we said we were gonna program today, and even if it's just for 5 minutes, you know, we're trying to build that habit, consistency, and we got a functionality implemented, so I'm really happy with that. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have a bigger, more substantial episode. I am watching Austin's House this weekend, though, so yeah, I'm gonna try to program. I want to do my best to program. I'm gonna make it happen. It's just I got a lot of stuff going on, but let's do it, man. I'm glad we got this done. Only a 14-minute episode, but hey, we programmed, we got it committed. We're golden. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.